Alright, so in this video I'm going to be making a very simple purse. It could be used for souvenir, it could be used for wedding, that's for male wedding purses. So as you can see, we have a measurement 7 by 6 inch, and this is the zipper I'm using, which is 6 inch long. Then we have this into 2 for each purse. We'll be using it to cover the zip, just like you're seeing on the video. Yeah, so I want to do two things. I want to try one with a top stitch and another without top stitch. That is why I have two matches areas here. Then we also have the handle where you're going to hold it. So first thing first, you want to make sure you fix your zipper head on your zip cloth, which I'm doing like this. Then you go on to apply gum on those smaller pieces. Apply gum on it, all 4 of them. Then apply gum on the edge or the tip of the zippers. Yeah, allow it to just dry for a bit. Then you come and just close it like this. So it's like a closure for the zip. Then to secure it very well, you use your hammer to hit it very well and trim out the excess. So after doing this, we are going to be using our sewing machine to tack the leather on the zipper. Yeah, so I had to notch the midpoint of the zip as well as the midpoint of the leather. It will help for even placement. Yeah, so at this point we are done, and we'll be just getting ready to get to our sewing machine to couple the purse. All right, so now we are onto our sewing machine, and as you can see, I said I was going to tack that place, so we just tag that first thing first. We tag that. As soon as we are done with that, we go on to attach the zip on the material. Remember, the north side of the zipper facing the north side of the material. So you just have run a very straight sew on both of them to secure it. So on this very one was the one I did the top stitching. I did not do a video on the other one. I was not top stitching. So as you can see, I thought it was going to come out better, but it did not. The one without the top stitch came out better and neater and even more defined. So if you're going with the top stitch method, you top stitch at this point. Then the next thing you want to do is you want to sew your handle. If you're using like a belt, that's this rope, there's no need to sew. You just place, make sure you bone the edges so it does not fray out. All right, so otherwise if you're using a leather, you just have to close up for a neater finish. Then as soon as you're done with that, you go on to trim if necessary. So I needed to trim because there's like excess on the edge, so that was why I was trimming here. So it's very optional. So as soon as we're done trimming, we'll just go on to couple the purse. So we are going to be sewing it on the outside, but mind you, your sling is going to, that is, the handle is going to be inside like I did. Then you just go to sew straight. So now when you're sewing this part, you would sew, you're not sewing on that brown part that we used to cover our zip, right? You're sewing outside of it. Yeah, so you just go all the way around. As soon as you're done, you trim if necessary the threads and maybe fabric, then you turn it inside out. This material was quite thick, so it gave me a little bit of tough time turning it inside out. So at this point I was done. I recorded the other one behind, like off camera rather, and both of them turned out well actually. But one looked like it was a learner, and the other one looked really clean, professional, and it came out as it should, as I wanted it. So I just turned it. I honestly didn't like this, so immediately I had to run to try out the other one. So yeah, I would honestly encourage that you try it without the top stitching. So this is the both of them.
As you can see, I made two.
This is the one without the top stitch.
I just wanted to test out to see which
very
works
neat
better,
and defined.
whether a top stitch
Then
or
look at the
without a top
second
stitch.
one
As you can see, this one
without,
I'm holding.
sorry, with the
there's
top
no top
stitch. Can you see
and this
how
very one is
shaky
the top stitching, and it's
it
very
is?
obvious which one is neater.
So
yeah. So I would encourage that when
without,
making this purse, using the same
Alright, so that's that for
pattern
this
that I
video.
used.
Do well to
Do
give me
not
a
top
subscribe, hit the
right?
subscribe button,
Do
and
not
do well
top
to turn on
stitch.
your notifications.
Just do it.
So
plain
you
like
don't miss
this.
out on any video I get to
Plain
drop.
like
Thank
this
you
one.
for watching.
Yeah, and you're good to go.